Hello everyone, Preston here with another video here on my channel, ARTSTYLE. And today I'm going to tell you some quick tips of what to do with finding your style. 3 things I actually wish I knew before trying to find my own art style. Now, like many of you young artists, and as myself, I was a young artist who wanted to get into the industry or the animation and video game industry really quickly, I really wanted to find my style as quickly as possible because all these amazing artists, when the internet was fresh, had these very unique styles for themselves. There was so many crazy artists out there that I was just like, I want to be like them. And that is when I think I made a mistake when I was younger. I wanted to make art like them, but not knowing how to make decent or follow the rules of art that are out there. Now, these 3 tips are crucial to improving not only your art, but also finding your art style. And with that, to start off with the whole shebang, is something that everyone should start looking up, is how to draw the fundamentals. Drawing fundamentals is something super hard, but very promising and very helpful when it comes to making your own art, because you're studying perspective, you're studying the fundamentals of the world around you, you're studying anatomy and helping out with that. All these can help you understand how the world works and moves and is around you, and these helpful understandings can help you mold what your style can be in the future. An easy way to improve these fundamentals is actually drawing what's around you, what's in your life. If you're in a city landscape, draw the cities outside with perspective. Even if you're out at the park, study some people that are just sitting out in the park. Draw from life can help you out with improving your sketching as well as your skills as an artist to understand where things are and how to improve or exaggerate different aspects of life. And if you're struggling with these, there's several different books out there. Some of mine for drawing anatomy is from George Bridgman's series, as well as many others that I can go over in the future. If you're still having some issues, you can always check out my other videos here on my channel about what I do and how I think of things when it comes to shading and even other perspective issues. But when it comes to studying these aspects of life, you're leading yourself into another aspect of how to find your fundamentals, and that's to practice. With practicing, you're trying to get those miles and the mileage in, because there's a term called muscle memory that's a thing. You can use your muscle memory to figure out how to draw and get those muscles moving on drawing every day. Now, there is a term called the 10,000 hours that, yes, I know there's been studies and whatever showing that that's not proven quite accurate, but there's some quick and easy ways to help yourself out getting into a habit of drawing as frequently as possible. And those can be with the 30 to even 90-day art challenges that are out there. Similar to, the Swordtember that's coming out here in September, or even Inktober for October, or even Hue November. There's so many challenges out there. Heck, if you want to, you can try doing all of them in the next 3 months and trying to push those out as quickly as possible. Maybe you'll be able to make that into a habit of drawing, and getting into that habit can help you benefit into improving not only your style, but also your artistic abilities as well. But one thing that you can know is that you just have to show up to practice. You just have to show up. You just have to do it, okay? It doesn't have to be for too long. You don't have to be like, oh no, I gotta practice all day, every day. No, we're trying to get you to enjoy it. So if you're starting to make these habits, try to draw. Maybe just for 5 to 15 minutes every day, maybe to a half an hour, then jump to an hour, and eventually you'll be drawing as frequently as some of the pros are and getting to the point where you can draw in any style that you would want. But you want to make your own style, right? So how do you do that after all of these tips that you've found? So where do you get these influences at? Where do you trying to get into a better situation? What influences you as an artist to create your own style? Well, you gonna want to narrow things down. From a podcast I listened to called The Draftsman Show, starring Stan Prokopinko and Marshall Vandriff, they have a full dedicated podcast episode about where to find your art parents. And that's one way to figure out your art style. So once you get the basics of understanding how to make art and getting the fundamentals going and having practice, it's time to find who influences you. And this can be shown into many things. Why you shouldn't be scared about doing this is because the evolution of art has those influences. That can be seen today when it comes to something like One Piece going over to fairy tale. The writer and creator of fairy tale actually brought up the fact that he was influenced by the One Piece manga and anime to create his own. And another example is Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild influenced the other very popular video game Genshin Impact for its very creative style, and so many others have as well. With the gliders and stuff, there's so many influences that happen that people fall into these trends, and these trends are because they're influenced by that. And you can be influenced by other artists too. Use that influence and create something new. What I recommend is to try dwindling your recommendations of influences or your art parents down to 2, maybe even 3. And that's because then you can focus in on that. And once you figure out how those influences affect you, start to adapt and maybe add another one or another 2 and try to see how they can adapt your style even more and push it further. And this is where you can start going through YouTube and scrolling and finding all these different great, amazing artists and creating your own out of what's going on around you, what influences you, what's your real life like. All you have to do is to make sure that you are being very specific on what's influencing your style. And these 3 steps can actually help you benefit you into getting an art style, just like it has with my own style and how it's still in development as any artist that works on art is going through. But we're all trying to develop and improve ourselves, and I think that you can do that too. So if you're trying to improve yourself, maybe check out this video right here. And if you are having more questions, maybe leave a comment down below and maybe leave a like button if you actually liked this video and the tips that I gave. And don't forget about hitting that subscribe button and checking out that bell. And I will see you all again next time. Bye!